Sharon Law-Tucker has been serving the Monterey Peninsula's home lending financial needs for over 15 years. As your personal reverse mortgage consultant, and with the ever-growing interest in reverse mortgages, Sharon is going to address some of the most commonly asked questions regarding reverse mortgages.
Good evening. I'm Sharon Law-Tucker, your reverse mortgage consultant in Northern California. I'm a baby boomer, just like many of you. And I've had a very different vision about how my retirement years were going to play out. How my retirement plans, how I was going to spend my future. I had visions of trips and taking wonderful vacations. And instead, my husband's diabetic, and I've had to literally watch all of our financial plans feed into the medical system. So I began looking for alternatives, and I found one option that works for me, the reverse mortgage. And I believe that it can work for many of you. Tonight we're going to discuss reverse mortgages. We're going to answer many of the questions, the most frequently asked questions that come to me.
What is a reverse mortgage?
Well, a reverse mortgage is a loan that allows a senior, that's a person 62 years of age or more, plus I like to say, to draw the equity, or at least some of the equity, out of their home for tax-free income.
And is that like an equity line of credit?
Well, it's similar in that they're both using the equity in your home. However, with an equity line, you have monthly payments. So if you're trying to eliminate an income stream burden or a financial burden, this isn't accomplishing this. It actually provides or increases your monthly indebtedness. With a reverse mortgage, it allows you an income stream, but with no mortgage payments, thus freeing up your income, your cash flow.
Okay, well, how much money can I get?
It's based on several factors. It's based on your age, the amount of equity that you have in the home, the value of your home. Those are key factors. How much will it appraise for?
Now that you mentioned the appraisal, so my home has to be appraised. Let's say it appraises at $500,000. How much of that can I borrow?
Okay. As I say, there are factors, and depending on your age, if you're 62 with a $500,000 home, you're not going to be able to get as much as you would if you were 82. So we have to take into all factors. We do a personalized assessment, and we'll help you determine exactly what you would receive.
Basically, you're saying the older I am, the more money I can get?
Exactly. Exactly. But consider this. If you're 62 with a $1 million home and you pull money out, and then over the years your property value increases, and of course you get older, then you would be able to refinance and pull out more equity to help you.
Well, what if I don't have an income then? Or what if I have Social Security and I'm getting some type of financial aid?
Very good question. A reverse mortgage has no income requirements. So any person with any income situation, as long as there's equity in your home, you are eligible for a reverse mortgage.
All right, well, a few years back I got sick and I had to have an operation. And it exhausted a lot of my money, which then in turn kind of did a little damage to my credit. So does my credit rating apply at all?
No, there's no FICO scoring, no credit issues. If you had a bankruptcy, that's not a concern. Again, it's just simply based on the age, the value of the property, how much equity you have in your home. Those are the key important factors. Credit is not an issue. And for many people with credit issues or credit problems or medical issues medical bills they've had to deal with, this is very important. It does give them a wonderful option that you wouldn't get through a normal forward loan or home equity line where you have to qualify for that debt. Because you do not have a mortgage payment, there is no income requirement.
This all sounds great, but I've always heard that with reverse mortgage, I'm at risk of losing my home or not being able to leave my home to my loved ones.
That is an excellent point, and I'm glad you brought it up. Many years ago, when the reverse mortgage first came out, it was such a new concept that there were no standards. there were a lot of different flavors of reverse mortgages. One investor might say, well, we're going to make you the loan, but you are required to have an annuity. Another investor would come along and say, well, this is fine, but we want to equity share. And what's happened about 15 years ago, HUD, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, stepped in and implemented regulations to protect the consumer. So the fact is now you own your home, it remains part of your estate, you retain title, and the home is yours. So there's no risk to you losing your home.
Let's say I do the reverse mortgage, I pull money out, and I die. How is it repaid?
Okay. Upon your death, the home stays part of the estate. Your heirs have the option to refinance and keep the property and pay off the loan. That's the principal plus the interest that is accrued. Or, like any other estate planning situation, they can sell the property, pay off the loan, and keep the equity.
What is owed when I take a loan out using the reverse mortgage option? What's owed when it comes time to repay?
Okay. Over a period of time, you will have the principal amount that you have borrowed plus interest. And again, the interest is accrued over time. The interest is accrued over time. So the principal plus the accrued interest is due and payable upon your death.
Okay, and how will a reverse mortgage affect my estate?
It remains the house remains part of your estate. It really doesn't affect your estate in any negative way other than the fact that you simply have, your heirs have a debt that has to be paid off.
Okay, so then if I pass away, my children that I left the home to, they will be responsible for paying this debt?
Yes, it's paid off out of the home.
But what if they don't want to sell the house?
Then they would be able to refinance.
Okay, so what if they couldn't refinance because of financial status, or the property value dropped and it's now less than what I had actually owed or borrowed?
When you pass away, if your home value is less than the amount that is owed, this is a non-recourse loan, meaning that the banks, the investors, cannot go after the estate or your assets or your income in order to pay off the debt. So if the value of the property for some reason is less than the amount owed, the bank literally walks away from the difference.
Well, what about taxes? Who's going to pay those taxes?
You are responsible for property taxes for as long as you remain in the home. Understand that with a reverse mortgage, this is good for as long as you remain in your home. This is only available for people who have primary residences. It cannot be used for a second home or a vacation home. It's your primary residence. So if you're a person that travels a great deal, that's okay. That's not a problem because you're gone for a month or two. You just notify the lender that you're gone for an extended vacation, and when you come back, you notify the lender that you're back. It's really not a problem. If you, let's say at the end of 12 months, you had to go into an extended nursing home situation, if at the end of 12 months you've not returned to your home, chances are you're not going to be returning to your home. And at that point, that's when the lender would ask for you to repay the loan because it's no longer your primary residence.
With the reverse mortgage, can I just walk into a bank and request a reverse mortgage, or do I actually need a consultant like yourself to assist me with this?
You need someone that specializes in reverse mortgages. Not all banks or financial institutions offer reverse mortgages. So you do need a specialist in a reverse mortgage.
If you reside in Central or Northern California and would like a private consultation with Sharon, or would like to receive more information, please call 831-809-1705 or write to Sharon Law-Tucker, Pacific Home Reverse Mortgage Center, 536 Pearl Street, Monterey, California, 93940. Pacific Home Lending, serving all your mortgage financial needs. Pacific Home Lending is a direct FHA correspondent lender.